Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Palmisano here, and tonight I am going to see Steely Dan at, I believe it's their opening show for the tour, at the Hippodrome here in Baltimore, Maryland, with my favorite person ever to go see live music with, and that's my good friend Terry Gupperlet. He's the guy you would go on the long, cruises with, where you wouldn't go anywhere, but you'd go 100 miles. You know what I'm saying? And I've never seen them, and I, believe it or not, have never ever learned a Steely Dan tune. So today, you get to see me get my butt kicked live, ice cold, unrehearsed. So, I am on my Subscriber Reacts request page, first link in the description, and I'm searching Steely Dan to see if anybody has posted any Steely Dan tracks to review. 2 E's, not 3. 5. FM by Steely Dan, love that song, my old school, love that one. Steely Dan performs Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Black Friday, insane chord progressions. Okay, Warren Haynes, Pretzel Logic, not doing that one, but I bet it's awesome. Reeling in the Years. All right, so I know these 3, so I'm going to do this one, even though I've been warned, insane chord progressions. This is from Gordon Pelto, a lifetime member. Gordon, thank you so much. And Gordon says, Steely Dan has amazing chord progressions, rock, jazz, fusion. Walter Becker is just wow on the guitar. And this is from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductions 2001. Let's cue it up. Brace for impact. Okay, I know that I just didn't get lucky and just get a blues shuffle in E for Steely Dan's song that they performed at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I know that whoever posted, I can't remember your name, said crazy chords. So I'm trying to not feel like I'm in a safe spot. Now, let's go back and show you exactly. It might seem like magic that I picked it up very quickly, but this isn't, okay? And again, this is a note for note, guys. I'm hearing this for the first time. But I've learned so many shuffles in E that, when you learn something, put a name to it, internalize it, and you have it. I hear that. Now what this is akin to your basic blues shuffle. You got root in the 5th, E and B, add the 6th, go up to the flat 7. So E to B, E to C sharp, E to D, E to C sharp. Now, typically, you get this with it, You get some upper chords in there, like it might be E, A first inversion, so C sharp, you might add the E and the A on top. You might add that F sharp over D to give you a little of that D major kind of flair, accentuate the flat 7thness, even though it's not in E major, but it would be in E mixo. So let's see if we can hear some of the other things that are happening. You hear that keyboard part in the back? Or other guitar? Bass comes in. One thing I'm hearing in the upper extensions, I'm hearing like the boom doo doo doo. It's So hammer on from G to G sharp, A to B, A, hammer on G to G sharp. That's killer. I bet this is one of those things you could listen to it 100 times and find the new stuff. But it sounds like what I initially did was incorrect. It sounds like when he ascends to this, he's actually playing this B flat to B when he goes up with these notes. So B with G to G sharp, minor to major third, C sharp with B slides into D and B, right? So C sharp and B flat slides into D and B, and then when it goes down, then it goes back in key, A over C sharp, so C sharp and A, and then back to B with hammer on from G to G sharp. All this really means to me is that when you go up to get that little extra push, you give it a, let's call it a leading tone, not a leading tone, but just bump it up. Basically, you're sliding into G major, which is the same as E minor. So you're getting that piece of G major. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting from this. So instead of that, I'm getting that. I'm not hearing a D thing there, like D and F sharp. That upper register makes me feel like, oh yeah, that's the third of G. I'm just sliding into it. And then when I go back down, that's when I brighten it up. C sharp and A. I hope that's right. One real quick thing to point out is that when you're in it, I mean, look how many people are in this band. When you're in a band like this, and you have this kind of a bunch going on, you got the driving bass, you're gonna have to separate your arrangements and have one person do the, one person do the, or it depends on what Donald's doing on keys, but you got to make sure, especially in these close harmonies, that your arrangements are spot on, right? You can't do all the parts when you're with this many pieces. If you're in a smaller band, you cover this song, you do more of the parts. But you're in this huge band, you gotta have it totally separated. All right, you knew it was coming. You knew it was coming. All right, so whenever I come across things that I don't know what they are, I start with bass notes. Then I hunt for the thirds, and I make an attempt to figure out the chord function. Again, if you came for the beating or the feeding, here you are. 4. Okay, all right. It can't be those simple chords though. Maybe it is. Well, all right. Okay. So far what we have is you got A, G, F sharp, G. Now, I'm assuming A major, G major, that sounds like a hard 2. When I say hard 2, I mean it's got a major third in it, like so maybe F sharp 7. Especially because it was predicated earlier with this. It makes me feel like when he goes down, that's gonna be there. You introduce something, you tend to redo it. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. got A, G. Yeah, I'm hearing that E in F sharp 7. I missed it. All right, so what I'm doing now is I'm finding the bass notes. So it sounds like A, G, F sharp, G, E flat, if you want to call it, D, B. So you definitely get a 5 there at the end, but it's floaty, so it might be sussed out or something like that. But now what I'm doing is I'm adding in the thirds. The thirds create function more than anything else. So I'm trying to identify major or minorness with each one of these root notes. And then that will give me a pretty good ballpark of what's important, the function of each one, and the embellishments on the top, whether they have 9ths or 13ths or whatever, which you know they do at Steely Dan, less important because that creates more color than function. Bear with me. Do it live. So you got I'm not hearing that. I'm hearing that like a sus. I'm not hearing that major third of B here. Ow, Michael. Oh.
Before my friends find out, I'll be on the road.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm hearing. See, I'm hearing B, but I'm not hearing. I'm not hearing that a D sharp, right? That leading tone back to E. I'm hearing that floatiness, right? So usually when you have that floatiness, you're omitting the third. Something where the root note is creating the function, right? Sounds like 5, but you don't have the actual third that demands resolution back up to the tonic, and that's what kind of the float is. Usually suspending the third for either the third or fourth. So I'm going to assume here that we got A major, so I'm just doing root and third. So A and C sharp, G and B, F sharp and A sharp, if you will, to G, and then E flat or D sharp minor 7. But the point is, minor third, root note descends. That seems to stay, that F sharp, so that would be like a D major 7. And then I'm hearing it go to B, but I'm hearing it go straight to E, so I'm thinking, right? Or it could be, no, I'm thinking A over B, which is like B7, because you got B, flat 7, and then you got a 9, and then you got the 4. So it's like the super sus. Let's keep going. second verse. Now hear that bass walk up to the 4? He starts pushing right in the the 4th bar. Oh yeah, and that little lick there. 5 to 7, root. And then you just get down somehow through a minor blues. I find it so interesting that he just, for the most part, stayed straight E minor pentatonic throughout that whole thing and all those changes. Super bluesy for Steely Dan. I expected something way more outside, even just, more than just the note or two that he chose. But for the most part, I mean, he's staying in pattern 4 and pattern 2 kind of E minor things. I don't want to make it too oversimplified, but that's curious to me just because it's Steely Dan. Does it work? Obviously. Let's keep going.
Bring it down.
Bring it down.
When Black Friday comes, I dig myself a home.
This is too much.
Lay down in it till I satisfy my soul.
There it is. Yeah. It's just wild chromatic stuff. Love that vibrato. Like where you like the whole guitar shakes in your hand. It's so it's so obvious and simple. You would just do E throughout all that because obviously when it goes to A, E, right? All right, I got beat up a little in there, but honestly, and I know all you guys that know this song are gonna say, yeah, you think you got it easy because you got it wrong. Maybe, but this is ice cold, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so key takeaways here: basic blues shuffle in E, going for each one, 1, 6, flat 7, 6, 1. But what's cool is you're doing the upper extensions. So G sharp over E, pushing, C sharp and B flat, or A sharp, whatever. But basically you're just doing an F sharp to G kind of thing. You're thinking 5th and 3rd of that. And then as it goes down, invert it as your 3rd and root, A sharp, so our A, C sharp over A, and then back in. So it's subtle, but man, it adds a lot to it. And then this part up here, again, I don't know, I don't think it's A, I think it's straight A major. A major, G major, I think it's just G major, F sharp 7, G major, and then E flat minor 7, or just E flat minor, whatever, D major 7, and then B over A, or A over B, and then and that's pretty much it. I'm stoked. I'm stoked for tonight. Again, I've never seen these guys, and I can't believe that's the first time I've ever learned anything Steely Dan. That's it. Thank you, Gordon, for being a member. Thanks to all of you that like, watch, and subscribe. And for those of you that want to join the community, support this channel just like Gordon, you get all my courses, lessons, access to this page by clicking the first link in the description and joining me and so many others over at GuitarGate. It's my life's work. It's how I make all this possible. And you are sincerely and genuinely appreciated. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Keep it in your hands. Try to get a little bit better every day. See ya.